So let's talk more about Disney, because that's always fun, right? They've been the fun ones of the year. They've been fun for a while, because everyone now is waiting with bated breath. What's going to happen with the Fox Disney merger? What's going to happen? When's it going to go on? When are we going to get the toys in the toy box? And by that I mean X-Men Coming Home. I mean, look, here's the thing. Disney's dropping $71.3 billion, quite literally, for X-Men. I mean, there's a catalog of stuff. It's The Simpsons. There's Bob's Burgers. There's all 11 seasons of King of the Hill, which is, I want to watch that again, by the way. So wherever I can find that streaming, please tell me. You know, all the Fox stuff, you know, everything else. That's cool, man. That's cool. But really, you know, they bought it for X-Men. You know they did. You know they did. Right? Like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Marvel cost them $4 billion in 2010, and it's already made its money back. God, 4 or 5 times over, feels like, if you look at merchandising in the films. So this $70 billion transaction will take a long time to get them back in the black, but it will happen. As for this merger, it says here, the Disney-Fox merger expected to be completed by June. The anticipated merger between Disney and 21st Century Fox is now expected to be completed June 2019. June 2019. Well, that kind of blows that theory from yesterday out of the water, right? Where Wolverine magically appears at the end of Avengers Endgame, that somehow Wolverine makes an appearance showcasing that it is together. It is a harmonious, homogenous universe. At least that's what we want. But the likelihood of that happening, like I said yesterday, is probably slim to none. But at the same time, one could, well, yeah, I got a theory. I've got an X-Men theory, but we're talking about that. Now, the Disney-Fox merger has been in the works for quite some time now and has been much interest to those in the industry. Once the merger is complete, Disney will control a huge chunk of the box office. There's been many concerns about this deal happening, with some saying that it's so much of the film market falling under one studio will be bad for the future of the industry. There's still a lot of speculation, and what will happen to the industry once the merger is complete will be revealed soon enough. Although there were reports that the deal will be finished by March, it seems that it will be now closed in June, as revealed in the new SEC filing. Whether it's because of delays or Disney being cautious in filing for the SEC remains to be seen. And then it goes on to talk more about the X-Men joining the MCU, as well as Fantastic Four and Deadpool. Now, there's been speculation that the deal is going to fall through. I keep seeing comments on videos where this pops up and people saying like, no, the deal fell through. It's not happening. And I'm like, what fucking world do you live in? What world do you live in where you're thinking this $70 billion thing is not going to go through? Like, I'm pretty sure at this point, like, Iger's got hitmen, you know, like positioned outside of certain politicians' homes, like, approve it. You know, and then they go, I don't want to. And then he just goes, all right, G, you're up. And then you just hear through the microphone, whatever. I can't do a Goofy, but then Goofy's an assassin. That's the joke I clearly failed to deliver properly. It happens when you do this shit off the cuff and you're scripted like some people here on this platform. Kingdom Hearts 3, everybody. It's in stores right now. Goofy kills people. There you go. Spoiler alert. But no, this deal is going to be big. And I do understand the concern there. The concern of it owning a large portion of the movie theater box office, because Fox is not a small entity. I mean, it ultimately breaks down to 5 or 6 studios, right? You've got Disney, Sony, Paramount, Warner, Universal, Fox, and Lionsgate, and that's 6. Now you would actually want to kind of count that as 7 if you want to look at Netflix. And considering the fact that Netflix tends to have more content that is highly reviewed, we're talking like more fresh scores on Rotten Tomato than the people in the movie theater industry, the studios. Goes to show you that there's a shift happening. People know that movies, while they're still earning a lot, are predominantly doing this through tentpole franchises and sequels and remakes and reboots and all that jazz that nobody wants. The sequels and the reboots, obviously, or the reboots and remakes. But streaming is where it's going to be at going forward, and it's going to be a huge moneymaker because it's a consistent earner. Netflix, 137 million monthly subscribers. How much money is that? That's a lot of money. I can't even think of it right now. So much money, I can't even think of it. Disney wants that. So what do? They drop the $70 billion. I mean, you figure if Netflix is pulling in at minimum $10 a month per person, now this is a base number, 137 million accounts is like $10 billion, $300 million a month. So that's over $120 billion a year. Now they're investing 15 billion into content this year. Like 1/10 of what they earn into content this year. And of course there's marketing costs and admin costs and things like that. But that's where it's, I mean, Disney wants that. So by having Fox, they're going to be able to maintain it. So that's where we're going to see things go. Theaters are never going to fully die, but in the next 10 years, they're going to have to innovate in order to stay competitive, which is one of the reasons why Disney's putting out the money for this. So while the merger is a couple months off and it's not going to be there in time for Endgame to put in a cameo appearance, I mean, I'm actually not, if they do something to tie in whatever, to tie it together in Avengers Endgame, like it's not going to matter. No one's going to sit there and complain to the SEC over copyright violation. No one's going to complain, right? Like Fox is not going to sit there and legally sue Disney over using it. They're just not going to give a shit. Or if they feel that they have to from a legal perspective, because you have to protect your trademark in order to maintain that trademark, just the way it works, they could then file a lawsuit right off the bat. And then as soon as the merger closes, then they just cancel the lawsuit. Unless it has an impact on the merger. I don't quite know. I'm not a financial expert. I'm an idiot who talks into a webcam on TV, on the internet. That's what I do. But just to quickly to kind of end out this segment here, if it ends up going the way of June, then we could get that first cameo appearance, the one that we've been, I speculated on with the Baxter Building and Spider-Man Far From Home, in July, because at that point, then it would all be together, which is what everyone really wants. So hurry up, goddammit.